evening. Welcome to the December 12th Community Listening Session. We have 3 speakers this evening. As a reminder, the guidelines to our community listening sessions can be found in the Administrative Guideline Manual AG 9120F on board docs. Our speakers have registered to speak ahead of time. Each speaker will be recognized and asked to state their name again, and you'll have 3 minutes this evening to say whatever you'd like to. There are no restrictions on your comments. And we will begin tonight with Ms. Wyatt.
Good evening. Mindful of the fact that tonight is the last night to be addressing this board. And we'll say, as I have, first and always, thank you. Thank you for your service to our students, to the community. It is appreciated. There's no question that it's not been with controversy and with some discord, but there has been good that has taken place through this board. And I hope that as you close your time as this collective, people made a mistake and think a board is a team. There are team elements, but a board is a governing body, and it's not the same thing. But there has been good that has taken place here, and I hope that as you close the year, you remember that. There's been momentum, and building upon the momentum going forward. Yes, there's been conflict, and there's been stalls and distraction, discord. But again, I hope that there's recognition that there has been good, and that that is able to also move forward. Oftentimes when there's a change of leadership, there's an undoing in trying to prove anew. But I hope again that there's building upon the good momentum that's taken place. And to each of you, that you're able to complete the work of the year together. So as I close, say first and always thank you. Thank you for your service, and thank you for what you do and have done for this community. Thank you.
Anna Margot. Anna, we like the hat.
You should wear the hat, we like it.
Pull the microphone down if you want to. Come down a little bit.
Yeah, that's where my microphone is.
Okay, good. Awesome.
Hello, my name is Adam. I'm a 5th grader at Cherokee Elementary School. There's some educational websites that we used at school and that lots of people like that we can't use anymore. My friends in my class like them, and so did my teachers. My teachers even told us that the websites that we used to love were approved by the district before, but now they aren't. They have to be approved again. We don't even know if they will be approved again, but I really hope they will. For example, Looka used to be a fun website where teachers could create fun study guides for your kids to practice alone or as a group. It's kind of like Kahoot, but more fun. I don't understand why Kahoot isn't blocked. We also used 99 Math to practice math facts that we learned. Now, the only thing that I really like about Kahoot is the music. Quizlet is also a website that is used to practice morphemes that we learned in class. We used to have a lot of fun with it, but since we can't use it, people in ELA or English Language Arts have not been having that much education or fun. In conclusion, I really miss these websites to study and making learning more interesting. Please consider approving these websites so that everything can be a little more fun while learning. Thank you.
Anna.
All right, so my name's Alex Argo. A real quick story about me, but when I was a senior at Lakota West, we played a lot of euchre. At lunch between classes, before and after school, I was even one of the few seniors who helped out with a physics class during 7th period. When we weren't needed, which was frequently, we did our homework in the back room, and sometimes we even played an online euchre game on the school laptops. I took AP Computer Science that year, and we even made a card game or two as part of the curriculum. Cut to today, and myself and 2 other Lakota West graduates are closing the books on the 14th year of our small business that make a series of mobile card game apps. I bet you can't guess which one was our first. I'm extremely grateful of the nurturing, supportive school environment I learned in that allowed me to make a career out of something silly like programming and playing euchre online in the back of a physics room. So when my son came home and asked me, "What happened to Blooket?" I heard the frustration in his voice and I sought to find out. I've talked to quite a few teachers that are frustrated with the same things, as well as various staff. Indeed, as a district, we have a new approval process for educational web apps that use our shared login system. This seemed to start when Google made a change into how approved apps worked on Google Workspace for education. Now, there are extremely valid reasons to take a look at all these apps again from a content, technology, pricing, support, and even a data privacy perspective. Many web apps are blocked until a multi-month approval process is complete, assuming they are approved at all. We are taking educational tools away from our teachers and our students. I found out this month that if you have a restraining order against someone you work with, you can potentially still work with them while the appeals process works itself out. But if you want to use the most effective educational tool, you can appeal it and cross your fingers that you can use it again in 3 months. I wanted to issue a challenge to the district to see if we can find a way to complete this comprehensive review while further minimizing the impact on our students and staff. We are future ready. On a related note, I have some concerns about draft policy PO 7440 that came from Neola. It states that students, staff, and visitors who intentionally circumvent security measures or systems may be subject to discipline, up to including termination of employment or criminal charges. Electronic security systems are one of the types of things explicitly covered by this policy. If anyone here has received an image via text while on Lakota Wi-Fi, had to hop off the Wi-Fi, and then convince their phone to load the image, for me, sometimes you need to reboot, then congratulations, you violated the draft policy. I've also heard of teachers, none that I'm aware of from Cherokee, telling their kids to use some of the web apps we have talked about at home for extra credit since they're blocked at school. If we do adopt this policy, it is even more important to make sure that we have security practices that are working for our students, teachers, and staffs and not against them. I just hope that we aren't currently discouraging people like my son or any other student from being entrepreneurs in the tech space in the future. As always, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Argo. That concludes our listening session. We hope that you'll stay for a board meeting beginning at 6:30.